And this is Philippians 1 and verse 6. Being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Kal halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rekwa Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the brothers on down, teaching and preaching, pushing this gospel. Good news to the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. I've called this lesson, we're back on the prophecy trail, as all these lessons are. Miracles in the wilderness. Let's say that again. Prophecies, miracles in the wilderness. And there's various types of wilderness, of course. You can have the wilderness we're all familiar with the children of Israel being led around in the middle of nowhere, so it seemed. And you can have a wilderness where you're wilderness in your mind, where you're at a loss, you're confused and you're bewildered. Different types of wilderness, and we're just looking at a few of them because this really is a lonely road. Sometimes you hear people say you're in a room, it's a crowded room, but you're lonely because this path, this journey, it's a lonely road. And so we're glad to have some moments where we can share with each other, and these lessons by way of exhortation and edification. Remember from my Portuguese lessons, I think the same in Spanish, edificio is to build up, to edify, to exhort, much the same thing. So we have this kind of a twofold where you're lacking in stuff, where the carnal stuff you feel you're bewildered. This is a wilderness, but this journey to immortality, that's what the children of Israel are. That's who we are. We don't care about what the other nations, they're getting ready to go into slavery like we've been. The tables are about to turn. Our power, whose name is Yahweh, his only begotten son is Yahweh Shai. He has a people, and we are those people. They're calling us all kind of bywords that we're throwing them off. We don't care anymore. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the diaspora, the dispersed. We know who we are. And all the lies are being put to one side. Let's read this scripture again before we get back some more. It's Philippians 1 and 6, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. He's coming soon. Let's get into it here. We're going to go to next. Habakkuk. Never know what's the right way to pronounce that word. Habakkuk 1 and verse 5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. We're trusting and leaning on this power that we serve. Yahweh, meaning he to be the existing one. Yahweh Shai, meaning he's our savior, redeemer, high priest, and mediator in the heavens. That's who we lean on. That's the right arm that we trust in. And there's few examples. We're just going to read a few of them and then wrap it up. Let's get Exodus 15. From 6. Thy right hand, O Lord, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemy, and in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble, and with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together. The flood stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. We know what this is speaking about. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil, my lust shall be satisfied upon them. Remember what we're speaking about, the miracles in the wilderness. Twofold. Whether it's the wilderness that we're speaking about here, or it's the wilderness in your mind, in your personal life. I will draw my sword. This is what the enemy is saying. He's getting ready to come down with great wrath. Who's the enemy? Who's this? Let's keep going. I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. Thou didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them up. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Redeem meaning to buy back. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, He's never let us down. And this water that covered over the Pharaoh and his army, we got a similar situation about to take place where fire, intercontinental ballistic missiles, or we refer more commonly to nuclear weapons, is getting ready to engulf our enemies once again with a great deliverance that is about to take place. It's going to be dramatic like never ever seen before. Do we want to trust in Him and to stay on the path? Don't give up. Don't give in. No. Where next? Deuteronomy 5. Let's get a few here. Deuteronomy 5. Let's just read a few. 32 and 33. Ye shall observe to do, therefore, as the Lord your God, Yahweh your power, hath commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. Don't turn to the left or to the right. Still in Deuteronomy 28 and 14. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. Well, that's exactly what is the preference of the majority of our folk today. They bought into the lies, strong delusion of this devil, the so-called white man, the devil in the scriptures. That's who he is, the Edomite. He set up all of these crazy schemes, all of his churches, all his policies and politics and music. It doesn't matter what's the subject area. It's a full frontal attack on the children of Israel. Torture on every street corner. Everywhere you look, this man is infiltrated. Where's it going to go to next? Proverbs. Proverbs 4. Let's go from 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Turn not to the right hand, nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. Stay on the path, even in the wilderness. Only one power you have. We're going to go back to Deuteronomy here. There's verse 5, this miracle here. In the wilderness, often gets looked over. It's one of the strangest things if you just think about it for a moment. Deuteronomy 29 and 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxen old upon you, and thy shoe is not waxen old upon thy foot. Just imagine, 40 years. You had people of all ages, thousands of children. Just imagine, if those of you familiar with if you have either your own children or other children around you, you notice in the summer months how children can, uh, what they have like a growth spurt. Clothes that could fit them at the beginning of the holiday, at the end of the holiday, they don't fit anymore. But this is 40 years. And their clothes didn't deteriorate. And it wasn't out of size. Their feet didn't swell. I mean, this is, I think Nehemiah, we've got one in Nehemiah that repeats it. It's worth reading. Nehemiah 19, or 9 verse 19. Yet thou in thy manifold mercies, I got the right one, Nehemiah 9, 19 to 21. Yes, yet thou in thy manifold mercies forsookest them not in the wilderness. The pillar of the cloud departed not from them by day, to lead them in the way, neither the pillar by fire by night, to show them light and the way wherein they should go. Thou gavest also thy good spirit to instruct them, never alone, and withheldest not thy manna from their mouth, and gavest them water for their thirst. These are the miracles in the wilderness. Verse 21 of Nehemiah 9, yea, 40 years didst thou sustain them in the wilderness, so that they lacked nothing. Their clothes waxed not old, and their feet swelled not. It's really remarkable if you think about it for a moment. 40 years, we know 4 being a number for mercy. And you're walking up and down, and you even specifically think on children, that they must have been growing and growing and growing. And so their shoes was growing with their feet. Or else they would all have been crippled. How can you, this is just to get your mind around the power that we serve. It seems very basic. But this is an example of the miracles that took place then. And to consider what is about to take place in the wilderness that we are about to face now. Real power is about to be shown in the earth as never been seen before. Let's go back to Exodus 19. Let's go from 3. And Moses went up to the Most High, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. He didn't say the same as. He didn't say you're going to share. You're not going to. Oh, it's not about equality. We keep going back to this. I love this phrase. It's not about equality. It's about superiority. We are on top. That's who you're supposed to be. For all the earth is mine. And hear this, verse 6. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom. That's the domicile of the kings, of priests, and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. For children we read sons. That's who you are to me, saith the Most High, whose name is Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Let's get the last few scriptures here. Isaiah 41. Let's go from 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, who is Yahweh Shai. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and a thing of naught. For I am the Lord thy God, Yahweh. Thy power will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, Fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob. And ye men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I'm there for you in your time of wilderness, time of trouble. Let's get something here from Yahweh in Luke 12. Let's go from 29. And seek not ye what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink. Neither be ye of doubtful mind, for all these things do the nations of the world seek after. And your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. Verse 31, but rather seek ye the kingdom of the Most High, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. It's his kingdom to give. As we mentioned before, that the Edomites and all of their cohorts, their minions that's joined unto them, it's been a full frontal attack. You can't consider any area of life where this so-called white man has not sown his seeds of madness and corruption and wickedness. So we would have no chance to survive had it not been without our power, whose name is Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Let's just finish up with Lamentations 3 here. Let's go from 20. My soul hath them still in remembrance, and is humbled in me. This I recall to my mind, therefore have I hope. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, said my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him, to the soul that seeketh him. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So you've been listening to prophecy, miracles in the wilderness. Shalom. Till the next one.